90% of surfers will never make it past intermediate, even if they surf their entire lives, because they only build their paddle muscles in the water while they lose it when they're on land. So if you still can't get past the break, if you still miss waves from having noodle arms, and you still get scared when the swell is on the rise, this one thing will fix all of them. Being able to build your paddle muscles between surf sessions will make sure that you're in control of all of those things, and your surfing will have no limits, and it won't matter if you're a complete beginner, started surfing later in life, you're an experienced surfer starting to decline due to age, or if you don't live anywhere near the ocean. This will give you complete control over the progress of your surfing. And I'm telling you, every surfer struggles with this because we as humans are not out of the box built for paddling. Number one, paddling is like running with your arms. Our arms are not built for that. Number two, you have to have a huge inverted posture, which is so unnatural to us. And number three, surfing is an endurance sport where you're also forced to hold your breath over and over. There's a great quote I love that illustrates that the best, and it says, "Fatigue will make cowards of us all." I like to add on to that, fatigue plus being forced to hold your breath over and over will terrify anyone. Let me introduce to you the Paddle Pro, an at-home paddle simulator designed to simulate the paddle stroke from home and trick your body into thinking that it's surfed every single day. So every single session, you're better than you were the last time. It is one solid piece of aluminum that uses friction to simulate the resistance of the water. Small wave is 10 pounds, big wave is 15 pounds. Simply take your rope, enter it through the feed slot, hook it on to the top hook for 10 pounds, and then start paddling with smooth, equal, perfect resistance that hits every paddle muscle at the exact same time and builds perfect, efficient paddle strength. And then once you've gotten stronger, or you want to move down to shorter boards and bigger waves, or it's winter and you're putting on a thicker wetsuit, switch it down for a little harder resistance and reach all your surfing goals faster. And check this out. We teach something called low oxygen training. Now I want you to blow out all your air and hold your breath with empty lungs. While your breath is held, you're gonna notice you start getting a strong urge to breathe right away because the oxygen is going down and the CO2 is going up. Your body will use its superpower of adaptation, recognize this, and it's gonna up your cardio system to compensate. So it's gonna give you more endurance, a better breath hold time, but the gold standard is it's gonna decrease the amount of time it takes you to recover. So when you're paddling and you stand up to rest, you can only take a couple deep breaths and be ready to go. So instead of waiting for minutes to get ready, you can wait seconds, and that puts you in the position ready to go. So how many times do you miss waves because you're catching the breath? You can say goodbye to that. But even better than that, low oxygen training will give you confidence in the best waves, because when you are used to training on low oxygen, having your breath held won't trigger panic, it'll trigger focus, it'll trigger control, and trigger technique, and that will give you the confidence in the best swells. The super cool thing about low oxygen training is it's a cardio stimulus. Typically, when you do long form cardio like running or biking, it's the end of the workout where you start pushing your cardio system. Low oxygen training makes the finish line race towards you, and you're stressing your cardio system in the very first couple of seconds. So it's very time efficient. That's how we're able to do 10-minute workouts or less, and it translates to surfing for multiple hours without getting tired. This means no more gyms, no more swimming pools, no more death march cardio. All you need is a few minutes every single day at home. And when you want to progress down to a shorter board, simply adjust the resistance. The small hook represents small waves, the big hook represents big waves. Move it down to add 5 extra pounds of resistance, and you can get down to those shorter boards, surf longer sessions, and progress your endurance. But also, if you are a winter surfer and you start putting on a thicker wetsuit, this is going to help you be ready for that when those big swells start coming. But understand this, technique matters. That's why here at home, we only do as many reps as you can keep perfect form, because we want to make perfect form a subconscious reflex so it happens in the ocean without you even thinking about it. So you're getting more endurance, but you're getting more efficient, so paddling takes less energy, you get an exponential growth in endurance. But here's the big part. If you're trying to build your paddle strength just with surfing, you don't get the opportunities to rest out there. Sometimes you're forced to paddle while you are exhausted. So this builds bad habits like twisting your head and your neck, struggling to keep it up, twisting and bending and grinding your ribs against your board. So if you're ending your session with neck, back, or rib pain, this is why. That's why we only do perfect reps at home, and it eliminates all of those at once. So how quickly can you expect to see results? It is not uncommon for surfers to feel a boost of endurance in the very first week. There's been multiple studies that show when humans start doing new movement patterns, even with zero resistance, your body recognizes that that's something we're going to be doing now, so it starts to divert resources to those muscles and those patterns. That's why we're training a very specific fitness, but a very specific skill. So when you do perfect reps, it automatically starts making your body stronger in that very specific movement. And that is very, very exciting. But the benefits you're gonna see are not just limited to paddle strength, because paddle strength has a massive trickle-down effect. Think about it like this. When you're exhausted, everything is harder. Your pop-up is more labored. You can't look around and read the ocean and make good decisions. You get more scared, and then your on-wave skills start to suffer when you're exhausted. So it's very, very simple. When you have more energy, every single part of surfing becomes easier, and your progress will accelerate faster than anything, all with one simple workout. So if you want to eliminate the pain and frustrations of surfing and replace it with fun, confidence, and waves caught all with one workout, when you order the Paddle Pro today, you'll also get our 4-week double your wave count challenge, where in the first 4 weeks, you will double the amount of waves you catch. And if you're catching less than 5 waves per session, you could triple or quadruple that number. As well, you'll get our rapid surf trip preparation boot camp, which you can get ready for a surf trip in as little as 1 week if you have an emergency. But also, to stop doing the damage to your posture caused by modern lifestyle, you'll also get our Stop the Damage lifestyle training, so that you don't have to constantly undo all that damage. You're gonna be able to keep those gains you make in your posture. But we're also gonna offer you a lifetime guarantee. So most fitness products and companies will offer you 30, maybe 60 days, but we don't believe in that. We stand behind the results unequivocally for the rest of your life. If at any point in your time paddle training is not producing the results in the water that I claim, I will give you a full refund. I don't care if it's 1 year or 10 years from now. I stand behind this 100%. But here's what's really important if you want to catch tons of waves for the rest of your life. You are only as good as the paddle strength you can keep. So I like to say that convenience is king. You don't have to drive to the gym. You don't have to drive to the swimming pool. You can take these with you anywhere. So if you're stuck with work or kids, you bring these on the go, you bring them to the office, you do a few trigger sessions, and those don't even work up a sweat. They just send the working signals to your muscles so they don't atrophy. So that way you put all that hard work to build insane amounts of paddle strength. This makes sure that no matter how busy you get, you never lose the gains that you made. And since we're talking about long-term gains, this Paddle Pro will last you a lifetime. It is made out of one solid piece of aluminum. As long as you don't lose it, you will be able to give it down to your great-grandchildren, and it could account for generations of great surfing, great memories, and great waves. So when you order the Paddle Pro now, not only are you gonna get the unit that lasts you a lifetime, that eliminates the frustrations of surfing and replaces it with fun, you'll get the Paddle Strength Challenge that's gonna double, triple, maybe even quadruple your wave count. You're gonna get the Surf Trip Prep that's gonna turn surf trips from costs into investments that pay you back in waves caught and great memories. You're gonna get the Stop the Damage posture program, and you're gonna get my personal lifetime guarantee for waves caught. But make sure you order right away. Every day that you wait could be costing you dozens of waves. And we are actually a bootstrap company. We only make these in small batches, so they will sell out. And if that happens, that means that you waiting could be costing you hundreds, maybe even thousands of waves. So make sure you get it right now. You can start catching more waves this week, and you're gonna fill your life with joy, confidence, and waves caught for the rest of your life. Again, my personal lifetime guarantee that these are gonna put you on waves every single session for the rest of your life. Scroll down to the bottom of the page, click that checkout button, and you can have your Paddle Pro sent to you right away.